What's up, guys? Welcome back. It's your boy Jack. You got me cooked up. And my lips hurt because I got a canker sore. Super big. Okay, anyways, we talking about today. We're talking about Section 8. I guess this video will more so be about how to get into Section 8. We'll do another video about pros and cons, good and bad, later on. But this video is for those of you that are interested to become a landlord. Okay, Section 8 landlord. I don't know about the waitlist stuff. There's other videos on that. I do not know the renter side to it as much. I just know there's a waitlist. It's pretty hard to get in. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. But if you want to learn more about the landlord side, here I am. Gonna walk you through how to get into it, how I got into it, and how you can get into it. Okay, how I got into it is actually my family got into it first. We back in the day, we bought a apartment in Riverside right next to UCR, and it already had a tenant in there. So right when we bought it, it was their lease had like 6 more months, and then they told us it was Section 8. We were like, oh shoot, what is that? And they explained to us how basically the government pays like for the tenant situation, the government covered about like 70% of her monthly, and then she was responsible for the other 30%. So that's how it went. It was pretty smooth. At the time, it sort of, I don't know, it just sort of made more sense to us. Well, it's not like we had a choice. She was already in there. We had to ride it out to the end of her lease. But it was all very smooth throughout the whole thing. Her worker was in constant contact with us. Got us paid every month on time, and the tenant paid on time as well. Yeah, so we thought, might as well just keep doing Section 8, because if you don't do Section 8 in a place like Riverside County next to UCR, unless you're renting to students, you're not getting the best quality clients, tenants, whatever, and you risk not being able to get your rent every month. And you know how that goes in California. You don't want to deal with evictions out here. It's very renter friendly, so there's that. Yeah, but after that, my family, they got another one in Riverside County, and then me, myself, I decided to go to Nevada instead to get one out there. So I recently just closed on an apartment out there. I'm currently doing Section 8 out there right now, Nevada County, but basically the same steps. Okay, so step number 1, gotta have the property. Okay, obviously, and then what you want to do is figure out what county you're in. You could be LA County, Riverside County, I don't know, that's just, I'm in California. And my Nevada one, that was SNVRH, something, Southern Nevada Region Housing, it's something Housing Authority, okay? Look for which county your property is in, and then you want to get in contact with them. Well, actually, no, you don't have to get in contact with them at all. Not yet, actually. Okay, so after you figure out what county you're in, you're gonna go ahead and take pictures of your unit, and I guess make sure the pricing makes sense to you. You can kind of get the rates online. Some county posts them online, some don't. You're gonna get different rates for 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedrooms. Obviously 3 bedroom, you're gonna get paid more than a 2 bedroom, etc., etc. But it also depends on the tenants' vouchers. The tenants you're gonna get, they're gonna have voucher amounts that are gonna be different according to their situation, whether they're working, they have kids, they're divorced, or whatever. So you're gonna have to make sure all of that stuff once you get there. Okay, so after you know your rates, you're comfortable with it, you know what county your property is in, go to gosection8.com. and then make an account there as a landlord. All right, you're gonna go post your house there, post your apartment, whatever it is, just as you would for any for renting out a room on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace or whatever, right? Make your pictures look nice, make it look presentable. You're gonna start getting messages, and you're gonna start getting phone calls. That's when the tenant calls you. All right, what you want to do is ask, okay, what's your situation? How many people are gonna be living with you? Either you have your own application form to fill out or whatever. But the one thing you always want to ask is how much is their rates on their Section 8 voucher, and get their workers' contact information so you can confirm everything, double check, okay? And after they get approved by you, whatever process you want, you got to check the credit or you go on blind faith, or you can meet them in person, and then you can go show them the place. Sometimes the demand's so high, and just like people want to see your place, and you might not have enough time, so gather them all on one day, open house, go make it happen. Or yeah, in my case in Nevada, it was such a high demand for like need of housing that like I just didn't have time. I'm not gonna go drive from Ontario, California all the way to Las Vegas all the time, like multiple times in a week. So I just shot them pictures. That is what it is. You want to get started on the application form, we can. Yeah, and depending on what state you're in, the next step would be, okay, you approve the tenant. Now you ask them for their paperwork. You sign up, you draw up the lease. You ask them for the paperwork that they have. It should be a packet from either they got from the worker or the county or whatever. Get that done, and then stay in contact with their worker, okay? The tenant themselves, you just have to lease with them. You're gonna have another contract with the county, okay? That's different. They're gonna get you paid every month, all right? So you wanna get that worked out and figure out if the tenant's responsible for any portion of the monthly rent as well. Because if they are, you're gonna have to go ask them for it. If they're not, then the government takes care of it, which is my case right now in Nevada. Okay, 100% is taken care of by the county, which is cool. That's a lot off your plate in a way, But yeah, after that, after all the paperwork is sorted out, you fill out everything, it shouldn't be too much of a hassle. It's just like proof of deed that you own the place, and then a copy of the lease agreement that you sign with your potential tenant, and your the amount, okay? And then they're gonna go schedule an inspection date with you now. All right, depending on what county you're in, again, they might give you an inspection list, they might not. In Nevada, they didn't give me an inspection list. In California, Riverside County, at least to my knowledge, they give us one every single time we get a new tenant. And it's usually electrical outlets gotta be good, AC gotta be good, water's gotta be running, basically just things are clean and in a livable condition, right? Nothing's broken, oven, dishwasher, all that jazz, gas. Yeah, the basic stuff. The one thing I missed in Nevada in my case recently was they had window bars, right? Outside, it's kind of like jail style window bars, You're supposed to have a quick release inside for fire safety issues, but I failed my inspection the first time there because when it was getting like repaired and like repainted and everything, the button kind of got painted over, so it got painted shut. So the inspection dude was like, "No, sorry, I can't pass you today. I had to go back another time." It's a whole hassle. So really do make sure you got everything done and everything's okay to pass inspections. You gotta email the worker, call them one more time to make sure what it is. Do it, okay? Because it's such a hassle to, just second inspection, third inspection, or whatever. Unless you have a property manager or whatever, that's fine. You want to pay extra, go do that. Or like if you live right down the street from your property, then yeah, it's fine. But like if it's out of state or whatever, yeah, really make sure it's good, or like have a really good property manager. It's a hassle if it's not done right. But that's real estate. That's the nature of real estate. It's never gonna be a smooth path. You're always gonna be like, ooh, something always happens, until like, it's settled and it's pretty smooth. So yeah. But yeah, after inspection passes, that's on the day that inspection passes, you'll be signing like basically the lease with the city or the county or whatever, and that's the day you start getting paid, or you can ask them to get started on another day. You could talk to your tenant in that sense, in that case, ask when they want to move in or whatever, and that's it. Your lease gets started. Make sure you get paid every month, and yeah. Now you're a landlord, Section 8 landlord. There you go. Congratulations. Yeah, honestly, not much else to it. There are gonna be issues might arise, conflicts with tenants here and there in the future. But the good thing is you can always have kind of like a mediator, because it's Section 8. You could go talk to the workers instead. You don't really exactly need to deal with the tenant unless it's something like you can solve between the tenant and like don't make it more complicated than it is, you know what I mean? Like, try to make everything go as smooth as possible, so every party is good. Because at the end of the day, doing Section 8, you really gotta think of it as, or not think of it as, doing Section 8 at the end of the day, you're providing housing to those that very much need it or in a situation, you know, where it's hard to find housing for them. So don't make it any more stressful for them, you know what I mean? Try to make it as easy as possible. Make the place very nice, very quaint, livable, somewhere where you will want to stay or would like to stay, you know what I mean? And that's that. Everyone's happy. You get your rent. Happy doodah every day. Everybody doodah. Yippity doodah. Okay, anyways, yeah, that's my video on how to do Section 8, how to get started in Section 8. Hope that helped. See you guys on the next one. Peace.